scholars, hello again. Miss Frederick here. You met me yesterday. Some of you know me from Olympic View or teaching kindergarten, but most of you, I was new to your screen and to your life. And I had a really good time yesterday, but something that I realized I forgot to do was to teach you the Hello There song. So I think I'll start off every video with this song just to kind of get us ready to learn and work together and have some fun. But I will say, this is not Miss Frederick's song. I borrowed it from the lovely Miss Thompson, soon to be Mrs. Sowarts at Olympic View Elementary, and it goes something like this. Every time I sing, you sing it back. Just like how we do our letter keyword sounds, we're going to echo sing instead of echo read. You ready to try it? Great, here we go. Unique, New York. Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. Hello there. How are you? It's so good to see you. We'll sing and be happy. We're all here together again. Nice singing. Thank you for helping me with that. We'll start every video with that song from now on. We're going to start with these two large letter keyword sound flashcards. My turn. W-N-W. Nice. And then we just have one other today, which is W-H, whistle, W. Again, W-H, whistle, W. What do you notice about these two large flashcards? How are they the same? How are they different? Here's a sentence stem. I notice. If you're with someone, tell them what you notice. If not, you can tell a stuffed animal or your elbow, maybe a dog if you have one. What do you notice? I notice that this card is a digraph, W-H. It says W. I notice that this is not a digraph. It's just uppercase W or capital W and lowercase w. But they both make the same sound. Either way you spell it, they both say W. Let's get started with our learning target. All right, scholars, so something I forgot to tell you at the beginning of the video is that for today, you will need a pen, pencil, crayon, any kind of writing tool, and a piece of paper. If you don't have paper around, you can use an old cardboard box, an old cereal box, and anything that you can write on. So again, you need some sort of writing tool, any kind of writing tool, and something you can write on. While I give you a little bit of time, I'll give you about 30 seconds to get those materials. I'm going to take a hobby break. This is my dog, Javi. No, show your face. He's a little camera shy. He's a Chihuahua mix. And something very silly about my Javi is that he bathes himself like a cat. So he doesn't have a dog smell. You know how most dogs are kind of stinky? They kind of smell musky like a dog. And then you have to give them baths in a bathtub. Javi doesn't have that smell. Nope. His breath is kind of stinky. But the rest of him, nope. He gives himself baths like a cat. You think you're a cat? He's very silly. All right, that was about 30 seconds, enough time for you guys to get something to write with and a piece of paper, something to write on. Let's go ahead and get started with our learning target. Just like yesterday, I'm going to point and tap the words. You read along with me, choral reading style. Here we go. I can listen and write dictated words. Let's do that again. I can listen and write dictated words. Nice. I'm going to get my purple marker. Here it is. And we're going to start by talking about what we're going to do, which goes in the boxes. The first thing we're going to do is listen. Touch the part of your body you use to listen. Your ear. You can draw an ear for listen. That's an ear. And I'll show some sound too, because that ear looks kind of wackadoo. Looks like a backwards letter B. We're going to listen And we're also going to write. Show me how you write. Like this. I'll do a pencil for write. But again, you can use any kind of writing tool that works for you. Okay? And we're going to listen and write dictated words. This is a special word. It's underlined. It's a vocabulary word. Dictated just means that I will be saying the word. You're going to listen and write it down. Dictated just means that I'm telling it to you. So I'll draw myself. Quick sketch. I wear glasses. My kindergartners say I'm never done with my art until I have my glasses on. Okay. Oh, my mouth should be open because I'm dictating. Haha, there we go. All right, we're going to listen and write dictated words. This one sounds like this. Take this guy away. Again, I'm going to say the word and you'll write it down. Your first word, word number 1, is cloth. Write the word cloth. K-O-A-Th. And then I'll wait a couple seconds so you can write down the word. And we'll write it together. Here we go. The first sound in cloth is k, 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 k. When it happens at the beginning of a word with a soft vowel in the middle, short vowel in the middle, we're going to start with a C, like C, cat, k. What's the next sound in cloth? Cloth. K, then oo. Ow, says oo. What's the next sound in cloth? Ah. What letter says ah? That's right, O, like O, octopus, ah. And the last sound in cloth would be, it's a digraph. It's a quiet digraph. What digraph says th? That's right, TH. TH, thumb. It's such a quiet sound. I hope you can hear it when I say it. K-O-A-Th. Cloth. This is how you write the word cloth. Thank you for listening, and I hope you were writing as I dictated the word cloth. Cloth is like material that you can make clothes out of, or curtains, or blankets. Cloth. Here's our second word, word number 2. You're going to listen as I dictate or tell you the word. Write it down. The word is bunch. We're going to write the word together in 3, 2, 1, and 0. Here we go. Bunch. The first sound is b, b, b. How do you spell the b sound? B. Make sure your bee's belly is pointing this way. Like if you have a bed, b, 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 bee comes first in bed, and it points this way. And I just lost my marker. Where'd it go? Well, that's wackadoo. Let me get a new one. Switching to green. No big deal. Oh, no, there it is. I'm just being silly. Switching to black. Again, after the b in bunch, we have b, What letter says U. U up, Sometimes vowels can be tricky. What's the next sound in bunch? That's the letter N. And the last part's a little hard. What's the last sound in bunch? That's right, it's the ch sound. Why is that one a little trickier than other sounds? It's a digraph. It needs 2 letters to spell that one sound. Ch is spelled C-H, like C-H, chin, ch. C-H. Here we go. Let's check. Ch. What word did we write? Bunch. Give me a thumbs up if you spelled bunch the same way as Miss Frederick, as me. Nice. If not, that's okay. We'll keep practicing. Moving on to word number 3. The third word for you to listen and write is strap. Again, the word is strap. And we're going to write that word together in 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. The first sound in strap is S. S. What letter says S? S. Now, strap starts with a 3-letter blend. That one's kind of tricky. So I know that the stir blend that happens at the beginning of strap is spelled S-T-R. Stir. The S-T-R blend says stir. That's kind of a tricky one. 3-letter blends can be tricky, but we can do tricky things. What's the next sound you hear in strap? Ah. What letter says ah? It's a vowel sound, and the vowel is A. A, apple, ah. Stra, and then we're missing the very last sound in strap. What sound would that be? P, p, p. And the letter is P. P, pan, p. Okay. Check your writing that I dictated the word to you and you wrote it down. Check and see if it matches mine. S-T-R-A-P. And then if you spelled it like Miss Frederick did, give me a ooh. We did that one a lot in kindergarten. They thought that was fun. Nice job. Again, if you made a mistake, that's okay. That's why we're doing these videos, is to help you learn from your mistakes and then fix them. Because it's okay to make mistakes as long as you don't make them again and again and again. Word number 4. Word number 4 is quilt. Again, the word is quilt. And we'll write the word together in 3. Put up one finger, that was silly. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Let's write the word quilt together, as in I have a quilt on my bed. The first sound is Q, Q, Q. Now, I know Q definitely has a Q, but what is the body letter for Q? U. It always comes together, Q-U. Like Q-U, queen, Q. Q-U. Check the writing you just did when I dictated the word quilt and make sure that it's Q-U, because if it's just Q, it's a little wackadoo. We need Q-U. What's the next sound in quilt? I. That's a hard one. What letter name says I? The letter name would be I, like I, itch, I. Look at that, 2 vowels right next to each other. Q-U-I, quil, L, and quilt, T. Check your writing and make sure it matches my word and the way I've spelled quilt. Q-U-I-L-T. If it matches, give me a yee-haw. Q-U-I-L-T makes quilt. Be sure you have that body letter. It's important. Here we go with word number 5. Write down the word whack. whack. And this is W-H. W-H for whack. Again, that's whack. Here's a hint before we write it together. It's going to end with a digraph. It starts and ends with a digraph. This is a W-H word, whack. And let's write it together in 3, 2, 1, 0. Now I told you this whack word is going to start with WH. It's hard to tell the difference. You can't hear the difference between WH and just W. That's like what we reviewed with our letter keyword sound, large flashcards. This was a WH digraph word. What's the next sound in whack? Ah, A. And what digraph? I told you it ended with a digraph. What digraph says k, k, k? The CK digraph. We need to have the CK digraph at the end of the word whack. Check your writing and make sure that you spelled the word whack the same way Miss Frederick did. W-H-A-C-K. Okay, and if you spelled it the same way as me, give a bell. Very proper. Moving on to word number 6. I'm going to tilt my camera down a little bit. Boop, there we go. This is the last word and it's a little extra tricky. I'm going to dictate or tell you the word squish. Again, write the word squish. All right, and we're going to spell the word squish together in 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. The first sound in squish is S, the letter S. What's the next sound? Squ, qu, qu. Again, I know there's a Q, but what else do I need to go with my Q? It's got a buddy letter, and that is U. The letter U. Q and U always go together. Now we have squ. What's the next sound in squish? I, which is I, like I-itch-I. And then we have a digraph at the end of squish. What's the sound it makes? What's the sound the digraph makes? Sh, which is spelled S. H. Check your writing. See if you spelled squish the same way Miss Frederick did. S-Q-U-I-S-H. And if you spelled squish the same way as Miss Frederick, give yourself a pat on the back. That is the end of our lesson today. Thank you so much for listening and writing words that I dictated or told to you. A bunch of them had digraphs in them, and one even had 3-letter blend. Very impressive. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Of doing second grade math. through the videos for summer. So today, you're going to need a writing utensil, just like yesterday. That could be, again, pencil, marker, crayon, whatever you have, and a piece of paper. Make sure you can go ahead and go grab that now, and then we can get started. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. Okay, so hopefully you have those. If you didn't already have them, let's go ahead and focus our attention on our learning target. And while I'm reading the learning target, I want you to think about, something you already know. So if I was there, you'd be able to tell me, I know what subtraction is, and here's an example. Or something you're wondering, like, Miss Wagner, I'm wondering what making a 10 is. I can't remember that. Can you show me? So I want you to just kind of think about those, and we'll talk about them as we go through. Ready? Read along with me. I will be able to add and subtract using the strategy of making 10. All right? So right now, I want you to either just kind of talk aloud to yourself, or if you have somebody next to you, and tell that person, I'm wondering what making a 10 is, but I know what subtraction is, and here's an example. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and just look at this. So we know today that we are going to be adding and subtracting. We're going to be using a strategy of making a 10. So maybe you're wondering, well, what is a strategy? A strategy is something that can help you work through a problem, whatever that may be. You can always, a strategy could be using a number line, a strategy can be using counters. So a strategy today that we're going to be talking about, oh, and strategy from yesterday is counting on, right? So a strategy today we're going to be talking about is making a 10. And that's when you have a addition problem, for example, and you're looking to see how you can create a 10 to make adding easier. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started by first just making 10s. So I want you to, on a piece of paper, come up with all the combinations of making a 10. You can come up with all the combinations of making a 10. And I'm going to even give you a little head start, kind of help you out here. For example, 1 plus 9 equals 10. Can you go ahead and do the rest? I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. Okay, I'm going to jump in now and see what we have. So you may keep going, or you may stop and watch and see what I'm doing and copy down, because you're going to need this paper for our next part. So we have 1 plus 9 equals 10, correct? Right? Well, 2 plus 8 also equals 10. So if you have that, that's great. I also like to add in our switches, right? So we have 9 plus 1 equals 10. That's just a switch. And 8 plus 2 equals 10, and that's also another switch. We go back down here, we have 3 plus 7 equals 10, right? And then we again do a switch, and we have 7 plus 3 equals 10. And notice I'm just switching the numbers around, right? But it's still the same thing. They're a fact family. And then we have 4 plus 6 equals 10. And 6 plus 4 equals 10. And then our last one, that 5 plus 5 equals 10, that double facts. All right, so this is going to be really important for you to keep and hold on for the next part of the video. All right? All right, so put this to the side and we're going to go ahead and go into our next part. So I'm going to give it an addition problem because that is what our learning target said, right? We're going to be working on adding and subtracting. We're going to go ahead and take this addition problem, 7 plus 5, and we're going to use our first strategy of making a 10. So we are going to use a 10 frame. Makes sense, right? 10 frame, making 10. So we have a 10 frame right here, and we have 7 plus 5. So just like we were talking about yesterday, you're going to take the bigger number. And what is the bigger number? 7, right? So we're going to go ahead and make 7 dots. I know the top is 5, and then I know 2 more make 7s. So I'm automatically going to do that, but I can count it out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Now I have to fill in the 5. I also wanted to remember that this is a 10. So go ahead and do that with me right now. I'm going to give you some time to catch up, create your 10 frame, make your 7, and then fill in the 5. Perfect. So I'm going to start filling in the 5. I found my partner 7 and 3, they make a 10. I just have 2 more left of my 5 from right up here. Now your 10 frame should look just like my 10 frame, right? 10 on top, 2 on the bottom. So that makes it easy. What's 10 plus 2? 12. So that means that 7 plus 5 equals 12. Nice job, friends. All right, so now we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit harder, but I know you can do it. All right. Our next problem is 8 plus 6. And so this is how this works for making a 10. We're going to look at 8 plus 6. And we're going to think about our partners of 10, right? All of those, that handy dandy sheet that we went over, partners of 10. And we're going to think about, all right, well, here's which one's the bigger number? The 8, right? What is the other partner for 8? 2. 8 and 2 make 10. So I'm going to keep the 8 and I'm going to break apart the 6. I know that I can make 4 and 2, and that's going to make 6. So I'm going to do that. Because now I have 8 and 2. So now I created 10. I put that together, and 10 plus 4 equals 14. Awesome job, friends. Let's go ahead and practice one of those on your own. So I'm going to create a problem. Let's do 9 plus 6. I want you to go ahead right now and do 9 plus 6 using one of those strategies. If it's a 10 frame, because that's what works best for you, go ahead and do that. If it is breaking apart, like I said, we're finding a partner and we're looking to see what the partner is missing, and then we have to break apart the other number, go for that. Try it. Go ahead. There's no problem if you make a mistake. We're going to go ahead and talk about it. So I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Okay, because of time, I'm going to come right back in and I'm going to go over this with you as well. All right, so I always go for the bigger number. And in this case, the 9 is the bigger number. So then I think to myself, okay, 9 plus what makes 10? That's right, 9 plus 1 makes 10. So then I'm going to go ahead and break it apart, or I'm not breaking this apart, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and break the 6 apart, and I want a 1. So I'm going to make 1 plus 5, because that makes 6. And 9. So right now I have 9 and 1. They make 10. Plus 5. And that's going to equal 15. All right, friends. You are doing awesome. And this is going to just take practice, 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 practice. And don't worry, I'll give you some more at the end today to keep practicing. So we're going to go ahead and move on to subtraction. And first, we're going to use the 10 frame because we like 10 frames. And then we're going to go ahead and move into another strategy using a number line. So making 10. So we're going to go ahead and use a 10 frame first. And I want you to do this with me, so make sure you have your 10 frames ready. All right. So of course, we're going to go ahead, it's a subtraction problem, so we're going to find the bigger number, and that's what we're going to create first. Again, we know that one frame equals 10, so we know we have 10. We're making 12, so we got 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to make those circles. Give you some time to catch up. Okay, and now we're taking away, right? So we're going to go ahead and take away the 7. And to do that, again, if you know your 10s, you know that the bottom half makes 5, and then 2 more would be your 7. So then you just go. Leaving you with 5. 10 frames, love them. Very easy, and we can see our 10s in them, which really helps us with subtracting and adding. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do the way with the number frame. Or sorry, excuse my language, not the number frame, the number line. All right, so this is going to be 11 minus 8. And what we're going to do, go ahead and create a number frame or a number line and put 11 just like I did. And I want you to think now, how many more or how many less do I need to get to 10? What do I need to do from 11 to 10? From 11 to 10, how many is that? 1, right? So that means that we're going to do 1 jump. And when we're taking 1 away, we're actually taking it away from this 8 because we have 11 here and we're using the 8 to take away. So we're taking 1 part of the 8 away right now. And we're going to jump to 10. And we took 1 part away. So if we had 8 and we took 1 away, that means we have 7 left. So now we have 7. Well, think of your partners of 7, or think of your partners of 10. Where's your 7? Right here. We're at our 10. Here's our 7. We have to take 7 away. What's going to be our answer? Well, 3, right? Because they're partners. So if we're at 10 and we take 7 away, we're going to end up at 3 because that's our partner. 7 plus 3 equals 10. And it would be the same thing because they're a fact family. So 10 take away 7 also equals 3. Nice job, friends. So that is one way that you can do it as well. Go ahead and let's practice that maybe one more time. I'll create a different problem. Let's say 13 minus 7. All right, so we're going to start at 13, okay? Again, I want you to think in your head, how many from 13 to 10? What's going to be my jump from 13 to 10? Think about that. If you said 3, you're correct. That is, we're going to jump down 3, and that's going to give us 10. Now, where did we get this 3 from again? The 7, right? So we took 3 from that 7. So if we had 7 and we took 3 away, that leaves us with 4 more jumps. We're at 10, and we have to go down 4 more. So let's look at our partners. We're at 10. Where's the 4? Oh, I see my 4. Here's my 10. So that must mean if I take 4 away from 10, I'm going to get 6 because that's my fact family. So I'm at 10, and we're going to jump down 4, and that leaves us with 6. Okay, friends. Hopefully that helped you. If not, practice, 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 because everything is going to take some time, and that's okay. I'm going to leave you with some problems I'm going to jot down right now, and you're going to go ahead and practice on your own time, either using your 10 frame, your break apart if it's addition, and your number line if it's subtraction. So let's go ahead and create some. Write them along with me. All right, friends. So now you have 3 subtraction problems, 3 addition problems to go ahead and work on. Remember, you can keep this handy dandy cheat sheet for your making of 10s to help you with either making the 10 using the number line or making the 10 using the break apart. Practice, 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 and it's going to help you. So I can't wait to see you next time. Keep working hard.
Hola otra vez, mi nombre es Mrs. Mares y vamos a seguir practicando actividades de matemáticas juntos. Ayer estuvimos practicando el cómo contar hacia adelante y hacia atrás, uno por uno, desde un número. Y también aprendimos a sumar y a restar hasta 20 contando uno por uno. Hoy vamos a tener otro objetivo, pero antes de comenzar, si tienes tu papel, recuerda, puedes ocupar un papel en blanco o un papel de cuaderno, cualquier papel que tengas en tu casa, un lápiz, un lapicero, bolígrafo o marcador o lo que tengas para escribir. Alista tus materiales, así como los vamos a necesitar en estas lecciones que vamos a hacer esta semana. El objetivo de hoy es diferente al de ayer. Vamos a seguir sumando y restando hasta 20. Pero el día de hoy lo vamos a hacer diferente. Ya no vamos a usar el contar uno por uno, aunque si hiciste la actividad de ayer, la practicamos juntos, pero hoy vamos a practicar algo diferente. Vamos a sumar y restar. Acuérdate, sumar es poner algo junto. El restar es quitar de un total. Entonces vamos a sumar y a restar hasta 20. No vamos a ir más de 20, hasta 20, haciendo un 10. Eso quiere decir hacer el número 10. Vamos a sumar y restar pensando cómo puedo hacer el número 10, ya que haciendo el número 10 puedo contar hacia arriba más fácilmente o puedo quitarle también a 10 más fácilmente. Así que el día de hoy vamos a sumar y restar hasta 20 haciendo un 10. Para comenzar, vamos a hacer una actividad y vamos a pensar en dos números que hagan 10. Estos números pueden ser números que tú ya conoces, pero los vamos a recordar para poder hacer lo que vamos a practicar más adelante. Entonces pensemos que dos números nos dan 10. Yo sé que 1 más 9 es igual a 10. ¿Puedes pensar en otro número? 1 más 9 es igual a 10. Yo sé que 2 más 8 es igual a 10. Dos números que hagan 10. 1 más 9, 2 más 8. ¿Qué otro número nos puede dar 10? 3 más 7 es igual a 10. Tengo 1 más 9, 2 más 8, 3 más 7. ¿Puedes pensar en otro número que nos dé 10? Vamos a pensar. ¿Qué otro número? 3 más 7 es igual a 10. ¿Qué si uso 4? 4 más 6 es igual a 10. Y 5 más 5 es igual a 10. Puedo hacer 6 también, 6 más 4, pero ya lo hice aquí arriba. También puedo hacer 7 más 3, 8 más 2 o 9 más 1. Entonces sabemos que dos números que hagan 10 es el 1 más 9, 2 más 8, 3 más 7, 4 más 6 y 5 más 5. Así que mientras hagamos nuestra lección, vamos a pensar en los dos números que nos hagan 10 para poder sumar y restar hasta 20 más fácilmente. Así que prepara tu lápiz, tu marcador, tu bolígrafo, tu lapicero y tu papel y vamos a practicar unos sumas y restas juntos. La primera suma que vamos a hacer, pensemos, estamos haciendo un 10 para poder sumar o restar hasta 20. Así que la primera ecuación, escríbela en tu papel, 9 más 3. 9 más 3. Y yo tengo mi papel de los dos números que hacen 10 aquí y lo voy a tener aquí a la par por si necesito pensar qué dos números hacen 10. 9 más 3. Ahora pensemos. Yo sé que 9 más 1, porque lo hicimos hace unos minutos, 9 más 1 me va a dar el número 10, que es más fácil para yo poder sumarle a 10. Pero tengo 3. Entonces, ¿cómo puedo poner 9 más 1 para hacer un 10? Yo sé que el 3, si lo divido y pongo un 1 más 2, me da 3. Entonces yo sé que el número 3 también es 1 más 2. Tengo 1 más 2 es igual a 3. Ahora puedo pensar, puedo hacer un 10 y luego sumar lo que me queda. Así que lo voy a hacer y vamos a ver si es más fácil sumarlo de esta manera. Así que voy a poner el número 9 y el número 10 juntos para hacer un 10. Cuando yo hago un círculo alrededor, eso quiere decir que hice un 10. 9 más 1 me da 10 y todavía le tengo que agregar, que sumar 2, porque es el número que me quedó. Entonces, 10 más 2 ¿Cuál sería mi respuesta? Yo sé que 10 más 2, 10 más 2, 10, 11, 12. Mi respuesta es 12. Hicimos un 10 para sumar hasta 20, no más de 20, y luego le sumamos lo que nos quedó y nos quedó 12. Ese es nuestro resultado. Vamos a intentar uno más juntos y a ver si lo podemos hacer haciendo un 10. Nuestra próxima ecuación es 7 más 5. Ahora, mi primera pregunta es, la estrategia que estamos repasando es haciendo un 10. Lo puedo hacer contando uno por uno, pero por hoy vamos a practicar haciendo un 10. Entonces tengo que pensar, 7 más qué me va a dar un 10. Puedo irme a los números que pensamos al principio. 1 más 9, ese no es 7. 2 más 8, ese no es 7. 3 más 7 es igual a 10. Entonces, yo sé que 3 más 7 me va a dar el 10 que necesito, pero solo tengo 5. Entonces, lo que tengo que hacer es pensar, si necesito un 3 para que 7 y 3 hagan un 10, 3 más ¿qué número me da 5? 3, 4, 5, 2. 3 más 2 es igual a 5. Entonces, ahora puedo poner 7 y 3 juntos y puedo hacer un 10. 7 más 3, como ya lo dijimos al principio, es 10, pero todavía le tengo que agregar lo que me quedó. 3 más 5 era 2, pero ya ocupé el 3. Entonces ahora voy a ocupar el 2. 10 más 2 es igual. ¿Cuánto es 10 más 2? 10, 11, 12. Nuestra respuesta otra vez es 12. Muy bien. Ahora, nuestro objetivo era, vamos a sumar y restar. Así que vamos a hacer juntos la resta. Puedes hacerlo en la parte de atrás de tu papel o lo puedes hacer en otro papel nuevo. Yo lo voy a hacer en un papel nuevo. Vamos a pensar en nuestra ecuación. La primera ecuación va a ser 11 menos 8. Y tenemos que hacer un 10. 11 menos 8, pero tengo que hacer un 10. Para hacer un 10, cuando estoy haciendo una resta, voy a dibujar una línea para mis números. Así que dibuja tu línea en tu papel para que lo hagamos juntos. Cuando tengo 11 menos 8, yo sé que necesito comenzar con el número más grande, pero yo voy a ocupar otro color para que tú sepas qué número comencé. Entonces, el número más grande, el número que está más grande aquí es el 11 o el 8. Es el número 11. Entonces, el 11 lo voy a poner al final, porque en mi línea de números, el 0 está al principio, 0, 1, 2, 3 y llego hasta 11. Entonces, el 11 va a ser al final. Cuando tengo el 11 al final, ahora voy a pensar, ¿qué le puedo quitar a 11 para llegar a 10? Pensemos, ¿qué le puedo quitar a 11 para poder llegar a 10? Si tengo 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Aquí tengo 10, pero tengo 11. ¿Cuánto tengo que quitar para que sea 10? Si aquí son 11, si le quito 1, voy a tener 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 más 5 es 10. Entonces sé que le tengo que quitar 1. Entonces, en mi línea de números, le vamos a quitar 1 para hacer un 10. ahora que estamos restando, no vamos a ir hacia adelante, sino que vamos a ir hacia atrás. Entonces vamos a ir hacia atrás y le voy a quitar 1. Porque cuando le quito 1, voy a llegar al 10. Ahora tengo 10. ¿Cuánto más le tengo que quitar? Bueno, el 8 le quité 1 para poder quitarle 1 al 11. Entonces yo sé que 1 más, ¿qué número me va a dar 8? 1 más, 1 más, ¿qué número me va a dar 8? Pensemos, ¿qué número me va a dar 1 más, qué número me da 8? Yo sé que si le agrego 1 a 7, me va a dar 8. Entonces, ya ocupamos el 1 de acá porque se lo quitamos al 11. Aquí lo tenemos. Ahora le tenemos que quitar 7 a el 10 que nos queda y vamos a ver qué número vamos a terminar, que es nuestra respuesta. Entonces le tengo que quitar 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aquí le quité 7. Le puedo escribir arriba cuánto le voy quitando, pero si cuento, le quité 7. Entonces voy a contar hacia atrás, como practicamos ayer, para ver qué número termino y esa es mi respuesta. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Mi respuesta es 3. 11 menos 8 es igual a 3. ¿Y cómo puedo ver si estoy correcto? Le tenía que quitar 8 a 11. Comencé con 11 y si cuento todos los que hice aquí y que conté para atrás, entonces me tienen que dar 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Le quité el número que necesitaba quitarle. Pero primero hice un 10 para poder quitarle los 7 que necesitaba. Vamos a intentar uno más. Nuestra ecuación va a ser 15 menos 7. 15 menos 7. Dibujemos nuestra línea de números. Y ahora vamos a comenzar algo diferente. Yo sé que tengo que llegar a 10 y tengo que pensar cuánto le tengo que quitar a 15 para poder llegar a 10. Si tengo 15, voy a poner 15 en mi papel para que podamos contar juntos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Voy a agregar aquí abajo 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Aquí tengo 15, igual que aquí arriba, pero le tengo que quitar cuánto para poder llegar a 10. Si le quito el 5, me va a quedar 10. Entonces sé que le tengo que quitar 5. 5 más 5 es 10. Entonces a 15 le tengo que quitar 5. Ahora voy a tener eso en mente. Mi número más grande es 15. Y sé que le tengo que quitar 5. Entonces, al 7, tengo que pensar 5 más qué número me da 7. 5, 6, 7. 5 más 2 es igual a 7. Ahora tengo los números que necesito para comenzar y poder contar hacia atrás haciendo un 10 primero y luego quitando lo que me queda. Entonces, a 15 dijimos que le tengo que quitar 5. Entonces, le vamos a quitar este 5 de acá. Se lo vamos a quitar. Vamos a ocupar este 5 y vamos a restar, vamos a contar hacia atrás porque le estamos quitando 5. Cuando le quito 5, yo sé que me va a quedar 10. 15 menos 5 es 10. 15 menos 5 es 10. Ahora todavía me quedan 2 de ese 7. Le voy a quitar y voy a contar hacia atrás 2 veces. 1, 2. Menos 1, menos 1, porque le quité 2. 5, 6, 7. Ya le quité 7. Entonces voy a contar hacia atrás. 10, 9, 8. Y esa es mi respuesta. 15 menos 7 es igual a 8. Hice un 10 primero para poder contar más fácilmente y poder contar hacia atrás más fácilmente que contar desde 15, porque si no tendría que contar 15, 14 e ir así. Pero primero voy a contar hacia un 10 y luego voy a contar lo que me queda. El objetivo de hoy era podré sumar y restar hasta 20 haciendo un 10. Al principio hicimos nuestra suma, hicimos un 10 y luego sumamos lo que nos quedaba para poder encontrar nuestra respuesta. Para restar, usamos una línea de números. Primero hicimos un 10, le quitamos lo que necesitamos para hacer un 10 y luego le quitamos lo que nos quedaba. Entonces, hoy vas a practicar en tu casa, en tu papel y tu lápiz, dos diferentes ecuaciones. La primera es la suma y vas a hacer un 10 para sumar. Ocho más 7 es igual a, y para tu resta, acuérdate, tienes que hacer un 10 16 menos 9. Puedes usar una línea de números para poder llegar a un 10 primero y luego quitarle lo que le resta. Y para la suma, acuérdate qué número le puedes aquí pedir al 7 para que te ayude a hacer un 10. Gracias por seguir esta lección conmigo y mañana haremos otra nueva lección.